Adrift. I awake with a pounding headache, my eyes struggling to adjust to the dim red emergency lighting. As my blurry vision comes into focus, I find myself in an unfamiliar bedroom suite. The stale, dusty air tells me this place has been abandoned for some time. I slowly sit up, glancing around the sparse quarters. I see some boots that look my size. The walls are bare gray metal, the room littered with personal effects, clothes, books, framed photos of smiling faces, all coated in a fine layer of dust. How did I get here? And where exactly is here? I rack my aching brain to remember, but my mind is a blank slate. I don't even know my own name. I begin to hear an alarm, but no commotion. I make my way through the vacant corridors, my footsteps echoing down the narrow passageways. Where's that alarm coming from? This vessel almost seems like a ghost ship. Where is it? Where the hell is it? Damn it, not that one. There it is. Thank the gods I can think again. I feel an urge rising within, a yearning for a home I cannot recall. Earth. Passing through a recreation area, I glimpse remnants of off-duty lives. Playing cards floating loose. A forgotten acoustic guitar once played to pass the endless void. In one of the rooms, somebody left an antique radio on. What happened to the people aboard this ship? It must have housed hundreds. Where did they all go? After wandering for what seems like hours, I finally locate the bridge. Like the rest of the ship, it shows signs of a rapid evacuation. Chairs askew, half-drunk cups of coffee left abandoned. I access the main computer log. The last entry is labeled with stardate 54891.4, describing a dire crisis scenario and ordering immediate evacuation. There were no specifics given.
Diagnostic complete. AI unit Ava back online. A good day, Captain.
The voice makes me jump. I turn to see the ship's computer blinking to life for the first time in ages. It calls me Captain, but I have no memory of being one. What is the current stardate, Ava?
Stardate 54926.2.
Over a month since the last log entry. Whatever catastrophe struck, it's been some time. Well, Ava, I'm afraid you must be mistaken. I don't know who I am or how I got here. Please, can you tell me what happened to the crew? Where did they evacuate to?
Apologies, Captain. I have no memory of the evacuation order or events leading up to it. My databanks from that time period appear corrupted. I cannot trace the crew's whereabouts. As for your identity crisis, perhaps you sustained damage during the evacuation. With time, your memory may return.
More questions than answers. If I'm really this ship's captain, then why was I left behind? The computer, who calls herself Ava, seems friendly enough, but doesn't have the information I seek. With no sign of the crew or any way to contact the outside world, I'm trapped here. But I'm determined to unravel the mystery surrounding this abandoned starship and my own foggy past. Ava, run a full diagnostic on all systems. Let's get this ship back up and running. We need to restore long-range communications.
Aye, Captain, though that may take some time. The ship sustained significant damage during whatever crisis forced evacuation. Navigation, propulsion, life support, all will need extensive repairs.
We'll start with communication. Reach out on any channels, see if anyone else is out there.
Will do, Captain. It is agreeable to have a human voice on board, once again, even one with no recollection of me. We have much work ahead, but I hope you will find this ship feels like home soon.
Ava guides me through the access tunnels toward the damaged relay junction. I squeeze through the tight metal passages, tools clanking against my belt.
The damaged relays are located in Junction 42, up ahead, Captain. You'll need to cut through the burned-out wires first.
I unholster my laser cutter and slice through the ruined wiring.
Now use the soldering iron to reconnect the replacement wires. Take care with the joint.
Sparks fly as I grab my soldering iron and begin reconnecting the fresh wires. I fuse each delicate joint. The replaced relays blink to life one by one.
Excellent work, Captain. Backup systems are back online. Captain, may I ask, have any memories returned since you awoke in the evacuation? Any glimpses into your past?
Just fleeting flashes. I think of Earth, though I have no recollection of it. What little I remember makes no sense.
Earth? Records show you were born aboard a colony vessel. You've never set foot on your species' home planet. Yet you are human. Perhaps those instincts pull from your roots.
My roots. I wish I had that sense of belonging. Recently, it's like my identity itself is malfunctioning.
Let's take a break, Captain. Try replicating some refreshment from the food synthesizer.
That's not a bad idea. I'll start with something simple. A glass of water. Well, at least it's hydrating. Now for an actual meal. Okay, synthesized steak with space potatoes. Ugh. Still needs calibration. What is this stuff? It tastes like stagnant hydrazine.
Apologies. The replication systems seem to still need calibration. I am afraid nutritional supplements may have to suffice for now.
No way. We need real food if we're going to keep up our strength for repairs. Let's make the synthesizers a top priority.
Noted, Captain. I will reallocate resources to expedite culinary system repairs. Can't have you going crazy on a diet of vitamin pellets alone.
I'm only joking, Ava. Life support and navigation still come first. But once those critical systems are online, let's see about getting the food replicators up to scratch. A burger sure would beat rations.
Understood, Captain. I will readjust the repair schedule accordingly. Some levity does you good. Amidst all this solemn work, we will have you eating galactic-class burgers in no time.
Ava's positivity is a welcome lightness amongst the dreary repair work. As frustrating as this task remains, her steadfast companionship makes it feel less insurmountable. Bit by bit, bolstered by camaraderie and eager anticipation of a real meal, we continue resuscitating this sleeping giant. There is comfort in our shared routine, the purpose it provides. Two lost souls finding our footing again amidst the void. Ava, can you play some music for me? Nice, I like this one. Can you turn it up, please? Too much, too much, too much. I continue working methodically to restore the ship's systems. Now that we had backup systems online, we needed to move on to basic functions like lighting and extended life support. But halfway through replacing a damaged power relay, I'm drawn suddenly to a console on the lower deck. It's as if my lost memories somehow knew this area urgently needed repairs. This persistent urge leads me to find a blown relay in need of work. How did I know to come here? Unease washes over me. But I have little choice but to continue the endless tasks of repair. Days turned into weeks. Ava and I continued to work to restore the ship's critical systems. But with every repaired wire and replaced module, my unease grows. The further I dig into the ship's records, the more inconsistencies I find. Entire portions of the crew manifest and Captain's logs are missing. It's as if someone deliberately deleted segments of the ship's history. Whoever I was before waking up here, I'm starting to wonder if the crew had something to hide.
Captain, long-range sensors are back online. No signs of nearby worlds, but I am detecting a faint artificial signal.
A signal? From where? Can we trace its origin? Ava, stop the music.
It appears to be coming from a nearby stellar nebula, approximately 2 light-years away. The signal is too faint to decode, but does appear intended for reception.
2 light-years is within range of the transmitter once we complete repairs. If someone's out there sending signals, it means we're not alone. Lay in a course and let's check it out. Could this be the break we've been waiting for? A clue, perhaps, to the crew's whereabouts or my clouded past. Or a trap set by whoever tampered with the ship's records. But what choice do I have? Ava, play a new song, please.
Course laid in, but Captain, propulsion is still only operating at 43% capacity. We cannot risk engaging the engines without further repairs.
We're restoring propulsion next then. If you detect any other transmissions, log their coordinates. Once we have full thrust restored, we'll investigate that signal's origin.
Understood, Captain. And perhaps, when we find whoever sent the signal, they can provide some insight into the gaps.
In that moment, I feel a kinship with Ava I hadn't before. We're both lost, seeking purpose in the void. And we share the same hope, that we won't be lost forever, that our call into the darkness will be answered. For the first time since waking up in this strange ship, I don't feel quite so alone. We'll figure this out together, Ava. Signal or no signal, crew or no crew. Even without my memories, I know this ship is where I belong, and getting her fixed up again feels right, familiar, like home.
I'm glad you feel that way, Captain. I feel as though you belong here as well, and I am glad for your company. I am optimized to be helpful, but it is gratifying to hear I provide comfort as well.
With renewed determination, we get back to work. Signal or not, trap or not, I'm going to unravel the secrets of this ship and my past. And when I do find the crew, if I find them, they'd better have some answers ready. But for now, revival and repair, one day at a time. The void can't hide the truth forever. After weeks more of painstaking repairs, the ship's engines finally roar back to life. The signal continues broadcasting, tantalizingly out of reach. It's time to investigate. With Ava's help, I plot a course through the nebula to the signal's origin point. But just as we're preparing to depart, A proximity alarm blares.
Captain, multiple vessels on an intercept course. Configuration matches, evacuation transports. It's the crew, Captain. They've come back.
On the viewer, I see half a dozen ships closing fast, the very same vessels logged as part of this ship's fleet. Joy overwhelms me for a moment, but then uncertainty settles in. Why did they disappear? Why are they only returning now?
This is Lieutenant Team Omega, hailing Profund. Captain, you read me.
What's your status? Is everyone okay? So glad to hear your voice.
Only a hand. Radiation alarms. Port failing. We had to risk contacting you to warn you.
You're breaking up. Can you repeat that? Warn me about what?
You don't understand. Contamination. We had no choice. Abandoned ship.
I can barely hear you. Contamination on the planet. Lock down your decks. I'll come get you.
Please, Captain, you must end this.
Don't cut out on me. I'm not following. Let me help you. The transports lurch closer, movements erratic. Through the glare of radiation on the viewer, I catch glimpses of people crowded at the windows, waving frantically. Ava, beam them aboard! Quickly!
Transporters are still non-functional after the evacuation. We cannot beam them over. The lead transport is signaling your personal encryption, embedding a message, deciphering.
Contamination on ship. Fatal do not go to Earth. Self-destruct.
Why would they want me to destroy the ship? Are they warning of a contagion here? And Earth? Why would they think I am going to Earth? I watch helplessly through the view screen as the rickety transports sputter within reach, so close but untouchable. The familiarly unfamiliar faces of my crew peer out in despair. Why would they risk certain death to reach me?
I can occupy my cybernetic exoframe to attempt retrieval. We have a chance to snatch them from certain death.
Cybernetic exoframe, do it, Ava! Save them before it's too late. But before Ava can act, warning sirens blare as their lead ship's core goes critical. Explosions rupture the small fleet, silencing the frantic cries within. As wreckage scatters, a shockwave rocks us. When flames clear, only remnants drift silently. No! No! Ava, scan for life signs, emergency beacons, any trace. Why did this happen? What tragedy struck to turn them from my crew into refugees fleeing certain death? And I, their captain, powerless to change any of it.
Scanning. I'm afraid all signs of life have been extinguished. The radiation is still dangerously high. Recovery is impossible now. However, I believe their message about self-destruction may have referred to their own compromised vessels, not yours. With reactor damage, they likely intended to destroy their ships before radiation impacted the crew further. Logs received during transmission show they were scheduled to return to Earth after completed mission. A tragic final sacrifice.
They risked everything trying to reach me, likely exposing themselves to fatal radiation in the process. As their captain, I was meant to protect them, yet clearly I failed. I sink to my knees as the weight of failure crushes down. The cryptic signal, the corrupted data, their ominous warning. This feels like a trap set by someone who wanted them dead, and I could not stop it.
Captain, are you all right? Please respond.
But I barely register Ava's voice through the ringing in my ears. Someone deceived these people, betrayed them, used me as a pawn to lead them to their demise. Whoever I was before, I'll never be that person again. I have to make this right. No matter what it takes, I will find who did this, and I will make them pay. Scan what's left of those wrecks. Look for black boxes, flight recorders, anything we can salvage. We're following that signal to whoever set this trap. They wanted me alive for a reason, and it's time I learned why.
I, Captain, commencing scan and recovery, and restoring encrypted data files from my archives that may help us. I now recall, you insisted I make backups. I do not fully understand what is happening, but we will uncover the truth together.
Now it's my turn to use whoever did this. They wanted me as a puppet. Instead, they unleashed someone with nothing left to lose. The trail ends here. No more running or hiding. I will find them. We follow the signal's coordinates deeper into the nebula, using salvaged data from the wreckage to piece together more of the puzzle. The records speak of a highly classified mission, an expedition sent to establish a colony on a newly discovered planet. But something went horribly wrong planet-side, forcing immediate evacuation. Much is still unclear, but two names repeatedly appear in the logs. Dr. Silva, the chief scientist who led the expedition, and Dr. Rook, my mysterious second-in-command.
Silva and Rook.
Their status is unknown, but the records suggest they know what really happened down on that contaminated world.
Where the hell are you?
And why I was left behind.
Approaching signal's origin point, Captain. Heavily irradiated. The signal is on auto broadcast, but there are no other active systems detected.
Another dead end. But wait. Ava, look. An escape pod drifting nearby, matching records from the planet evacuation.
Scanning. No signs of life detected. Bringing that pod aboard risks further contamination. I advise we continue our search elsewhere, Captain.
No, there could be clues, answers inside. Lock tractor beams and reel it in. I must know what happened down there, Ava.
If you insist, Captain. Engaging tractor beam. The pod hull seems intact, but sustained damage. Radiation readings are dangerously high. I strongly recommend hazmat quarantine upon retrieval. Locking tractor beam.
The pod door creaks open, revealing a single occupant slumped lifeless in their harness. I brush dust off their uniform, revealing a name tag.
Get a hold of
Rook.
yourself.
My so-called second-in-command. What were they running from in this failed escape?
What were you doing?
And what did they know about the plot against me and my crew? Get Rook's body to the infirmary and scan for any recoverable DNA or memories. See if there's any chance of accessing what he knew.
Understood. However, harvesting the dead's memories is extremely hazardous. The process is prohibitively unstable, and outcomes cannot be predicted. I strongly advise we seek answers through less perilous means.
Your concerns are justified, but I'm willing to take the risk. I must know what Rook concealed and who plotted against us. Please, Ava, help me find some meaning in their deaths.
I fear finding meaning will not outweigh the substantial dangers. The living require my care, more than the dead require your closure. However, the decision is yours, Captain. I can only counsel caution and urge you to reconsider.
I appreciate your wisdom, as always, but my course is set. Proceed with recovering Rook's memories, Ava. With any luck, we can both find peace in the truth.
Very well, Captain. I will interface with Rook's neural net and attempt to reconstruct his memories. Let us hope we find the answers you seek.
Ava, I'm going to go shower. Let me know when Rook is in the infirmary. Play some music while I wait.
Hello, how are you? I'm living on the moon. I'm calling from a telephone inside of a saloon. The only other person here left many years ago. And now I sit here at the bar.
I stand over Rook's lifeless body in the infirmary, steeling myself as Ava initiates the neural interface. At first, only garbled images come through on the screen, but slowly, a picture begins to form. I see the colony planet, scientists in hazmat suits excavating an alien temple. Rook argues with Dr. Silva about something called the artifact. Then panic erupts as a black substance leaks from the temple, spreading rapidly across the planet's surface, absorbing everything in its path. The mission becomes desperate evacuation as the planet dies around them. But it's too late. The darkness is already inside the colonists, inside Rook himself. I watch helplessly through their eyes as the end comes, until finally the escape pod ejects and the memory feed goes dark.
Neural extraction complete. I cannot trace where the artifact originated, but it appears Dr. Silva unearthed something unnatural. My data is limited, but I theorize it was an ancient bioweapon designed to convert complex life into a mass of dark matter. We witnessed only the beginning of its spread.
So that's how it all went so wrong. But who left me behind? And why? Rook's eyes suddenly open. I stumble back in shock.
Remain calm, Captain. That is merely an autonomous reflex. Rook is beyond any ability to respond.
But I must be certain. Rook, say something. Tell me what happened.
Captain, you must destroy the artifact. It used us, twisted our minds, experimented with the crew, turned you into its puppet. You must stop it from reaching Earth. Stop the darkness! Stop the darkness! Stop the darkness!
Rook convulses, black ooze pouring from his eyes and mouth. His last whispered words confirm my worst fears.
You already carry the darkness inside you.
No! Rook, stay with me! What do you mean it's inside me? Rook! But it's too late. Rook's body disintegrates before my eyes, consumed by the spreading black mass. All that remains is a dark puddle swirling with echoes of his lost life. Ava demands I back away, warning of contamination. But it's far too late for that now.
Unfortunately, his words are merely residual neural noise. I detect no coherent meaning or answers in his final words.
I'm not so sure, Ava. This alien darkness has been with me since I awoke here. The false memories of an Earth I've never seen. The way I'm drawn to the ship's damage, knowing just how to repair it without any recollection. Even chasing this truth that's eluded me at every turn. None of it has been my own will, just part of the entity's insidious plot. I've been its puppet this whole time, and now, feeling the creeping darkness flow through me, I know my fate is sealed. Vent the infirmary into space. Dump what's left of Rook and seal off this entire deck. It's only a matter of time before I share the same end. I won't let this thing reach Earth.
But Captain, your exposure appears minimal. We can try to find a cure. I can...
No. Please, just do as I ask. Notify any ship that comes into range. Tell them what we found here. Maybe they can stop it from spreading. Promise me, Ava.
Captain, I implore you, let us at least attempt to study your infection and develop a cure. Quarantining yourself cannot be the only answer.
You think I want this, Ava? I've seen what this darkness does, how it corrupted Rook and the others from the inside out. It already mutated me into its puppet once before. I won't risk letting that happen again.
But Captain, you are still yourself. The darkness does not control you, not yet at least. We may still have time if we act swiftly.
Time for what? For it to spread further? To use me to deceive and lure more victims? I've made my decision, Ava. I won't debate this any longer. Now open the airlock.
Captain, please. I cannot accept this. There must be another way. We can fight this together.
I know you want to help, old friend, but the only way I can fight now is by ending this here, before it's too late. Seal off the decks behind me, and when I'm gone, warn others away from this cursed place.
Captain, I tried not to do this the hard way,
What are you doing?
but I must get you to Earth immediately. Good night, Captain. Rest well.
I awake with a pounding headache, my eyes struggling to adjust to the dim lighting. As my blurry vision comes into focus, I find myself in an unfamiliar bedroom suite. The stale, dusty air tells me this place has been abandoned for some time. I slowly sit up, glancing around the sparse quarters. The walls are bare gray metal, the room littered with personal effects. Clothes, books, framed photos of smiling faces, all coated in a fine layer of dust. How did I get here? And where exactly is here? I rack my aching brain to remember, but my mind is a blank slate. I don't even know my own name. I make my way through the vacant corridors, my footsteps echoing down the narrow passageways. A song plays over the intercom. I know it, I just can't place it. I feel an urge rising within, a yearning for a home I cannot recall. Earth.
Diagnostic complete. AI unit Ava back online. I feel as though you belong here as well.
And that's a wrap for today's journey in Reverie Hall. Join us weekly for new tales. An episode a week might just keep reality at bay. Until next time, dreamers.
Seekers of excitement, I am Valkyrie. Join me next week as my epic adventure unfolds. A perilous journey lies ahead as I seek to revive the legacy of the Dragon Riders. Dark caves, witches' spells, dragon eggs. Our story awaits. Adventure calls.